Hello, everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading. So, today we're going to be doing a love reading. This is especially for those who are single, and we're going to be looking into your next relationship, your next serious relationship or significant relationship. And yeah, we're just going to use the time to see what Spirit would like you to know about it, who this person will be, what kind of a relationship is it going to be like? Is it going to be serious or passionate or, yeah, we'll get as much details as we can. So there are three groups to choose from. You can choose whichever one you feel most drawn to. And I will also just let you know that if you are trying to manifest love, I do have a light language healing that I channeled called Open to Love, which is a really beautiful heart chakra healing and activation that is really beneficial for all relationships and self-love. And you can also set your own personal intention and use it to help you kind of clear any subconscious to help you clear any subconscious blocks you might have to do with manifesting love. So yeah. All right. Take care, everyone. I'll see you for your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. So, your next relationship is the Eight of Wands accelerated motion. This makes me feel like this relationship is going to be incredibly passionate and incredibly potent. Like, you're going to feel it instantly. There might be an instant connection, or you might start things off quite quickly. This is the kind of energy for some of you that could be love at first sight, or you just meet somebody and you know that this is the person you're meant to be with, or this is going to be a significant person in your life. This does feel like instant attraction, instant magnetism. And, there are so many stories out there of people who meet, the love of their life and they're like, yeah, we knew straight away or we got married straight away. And it actually works out. And it's actually, you know, they actually made it. So some relationships are just like this. And there's something about this connection that you're going to have with this person where it's just going to start quite quickly. Okay. For some of you, like this, I'm not sure exactly. Well, it feels like it's so passionate that there is kind of like a sort of like no string, like it feels very like free. Like there doesn't feel like a really heavy sense of like possessiveness or anything. You feel like this feels very free and very open. You just feel very drawn to one another, but maybe you're still living lives or having independent lives as well. But yeah, I could see you becoming like a serious couple quite quickly as well. All right, let's find out who this person is that you're going to be in relationship with. Who are they? We're going to do the astro dice. Oh, so that was Pluto. Was that Pluto as well? I'm not sure, but we got Jupiter, which is even better. All right, we got Jupiter, we've got Aquarius, and we got the 12th house. So we've got sort of Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces energies there. Yeah, strong Pisces as well there as well. That could be astrological signs of the person, but doesn't have to be. So I feel like this person does feel very like freedom oriented. They feel like maybe they're someone who usually is kind of hard to pin down for. I'm not sure. There's something about the seriousness of this relationship that might creep up on you guys where you realize, oh wait, we actually want to spend all of our time together. There's something about it where there's an instant attraction, but it's sort of quite different than what your lifestyles are currently. Like maybe you're both, I don't know, you could actually be living in different places when you meet. There could be a sense of distance or travel or something associated with a relationship. There could be long distance energies or just a sense that you both have very full lives. But I have this feeling that there's going to be such a deep soul connection that this will basically feel like the most important thing. This will feel very, very important to you both because this kind of a connection could be, I feel like it's written in the stars. See how she's looking at the stars? This kind of a connection feels like it's written in the stars and that it's something that is destined, that you plan to have happen. Both of your souls definitely know each other already and you plan to meet each other and to be together for however long it's going to be. For some of you, this could be a very long, like for some of you, if you did resonate with this, like you could actually decide to get married like really, really fast, or just know that like, yeah, this is the one really fast and even say it openly towards one another. I could easily see that because you just know like there's just that 12th house connection that feels almost otherworldly, like your souls already know each other, you've already met each other in dreams, in interdimensional connection before you even met, so that when you did come into the physical, there was so much that had already been written in your love story in the astral. And then the physical just kind of solidified that. So yeah, some of you it could be seriously love at first sight, and then you might be talking about marriage or saying, "Oh, you're my soulmate," like really quickly. And even if there are people who might doubt you at the beginning, after a long time, they're going to realize, oh, yeah, these people are actually soulmates. They're actually meant to be together. They were right all along. You know how some people are like, oh, you're rushing into it, which obviously in some cases can be a red flag, with narcissistic grooming and the love bombing and stuff. But if, in this case, the energy that I'm feeling feels really light, it doesn't feel like that. It feels really light. It feels, I will obviously use your own intuition, but this kind of relationship I'm picking up on feels like a soulmate. So when it is your soulmate, that's when this kind of relationship, when it happens so quickly, it just still lasts for a very long time. It's just meant to be forever. So yeah, it's gonna be accelerated motion. I'm telling you, it's gonna it's gonna be quick. There's gonna be um even I love yous and things like that exchange like quite quickly, and like kind of also I feel like both of you could be spiritual and acknowledge, oh yeah, we're both soulmates or we're twin flames. Like you could have actually some awareness or discussion about that. Also, you might have some kind of starseed connection or connection astrologically. You might have something written in the birth charts that say you're meant to be together or something like this, because it just feels, yeah, it feels really written in the stars. All right, so let's get some more cards for you about this relationship. Let's see about this person. They are lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. See about this person. Great teacher. Wow. And let's see about you. Wow, you're showing up as the sun. And also Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Really cool. This card makes me think of Uranus, this Aquarius energy. Let us also get one card for the nature of your relationship. Oh, okay. Just get one card for the nature of your relationship. Wow. Spring. And then we'll get one card for the purpose, like the soul level purpose of your relationship. Wow, peacekeeper, a harmonious resolution is possible. So the nature of your relationship is spring. See your seeds grow. I feel like it's going to be a very lucky relationship, a very abundant relationship, a very fertile relationship. I see that it could be extremely long lasting, and that it also gives me the energy, when you first meet someone and you first fall in love and they call it the honeymoon period. It gives me that energy, like your relationship with this person feels like a honeymoon period. Kind of, it continues to somehow regenerate itself, and you continue to stay in that fresh feeling of really being in love with each other. And you maintain that kind of fresh, spring gives me that fresh kind of feeling. And you maintain that. That's the nature of the relationship. You maintain that really fresh feeling of really being in love with one another. I feel like there's some lack of resentment and something like that, because you maintain a really feeling of truly being in love with one another instead of taking each other for granted or getting resentful. And you know how a lot of long-term relationships or marriages kind of have that kind of stereotype where the two the two people end up hating each other. I feel like both of you both were like, I don't want to have a relationship like that. I'd rather just be on my own than have, a relationship in that kind of way. And so I feel like you both have an independence inside of yourself. You're not codependent with each other. So you're like, well, I'm with this person because I actually want to be with them, because I'm in love with them, because I love this person. They're my soulmate. They're someone I already know at a soul level that I'm, get to play with in another lifetime. Like you're both really grateful to be reconnecting again in another lifetime. It's very soulmate, like reconnecting after, in another life kind of energies together. So then the purpose of your relationship being the peacekeeper, harmonious resolution is possible, is really interesting because whilst the energy overall and the nature of your relationship feels very light filled, it's very springtime, fertile, fresh, it smells nice, it's clean. You stay in the honeymoon period, but then the purpose of your relationship feels really deeply healing, okay? It feels like a very deeply healing relationship where you both offer each other a sanctuary where you are able to heal yourselves individually, and it's going to be a very peaceful relationship. I feel like there's going to be, like it's a very healthy relationship because you both maintain some level of independence, or you both are very independent souls. And therefore, when you are together, you'll really feel like, well, I'm choosing to be with this person. I don't have to be with this person. I'm not dependent on them or anything like that, enmeshed. I'm choosing to show up and I'm choosing to be with them. And so, this is a very loving relationship and you're very committed to each other, but you're committed just through love and through joy and through making that choice feels easy. But it does create a very peaceful sanctuary for you both where you do a lot of healing individually and together. I see part of the purpose of this relationship is to bring you enough peace, to bring you enough stability so that you can heal deeply something that needs to be healed, so that you can bring harmony into your life in kind of every area of life, because it says a harmonious resolution is possible. That is the relationship. The relationship is going to bring you into harmony with a lot of different areas of your life. So looking closer at who this person really is, I feel like there's someone who's very exuberant about life. I feel like they have a lot of energy. I feel like they're very adventurous. I feel like they're very lucky. They're the kind of person who could maybe like gamble and then win, that kind of energy where they kind of, I don't know, they're perfectly balanced and not attached, but also kind of positive and thinking, oh, well, maybe I could do it. I don't know. They're the kind of person that seems really lucky. They just have some kind of really powerful way of manifesting. I feel like they have a lot of really cool stories or a lot of really interesting things have shown up for them in life. They feel very spiritual, but also, kind of like laid back. They do seem quite independent thinking, quite rebellious. I feel they probably go against the grain in some way. They see things, they have an original mind. They like to see things for themselves. I feel like they're someone who's very abundant, who makes a lot of money or is able to receive a lot of abundance in life quite effortlessly in some way. I feel like they do have a spiritual teacher energy, but they feel very humble. They feel very devoted to others and to being of service in the world. And they really have a really big heart. They really care about other people. They really care about the collective, they want to help their community. They want to help people in general. Like they're very focused on humanity and like being a humanitarianism, being a humanitarian. They're very much, yeah. And they also do have a good sense of humor. That's the thing. They can keep things light, even though they know about really heavy topics. I feel like this person might be a bit of a truth seeker, a truth teller, and they might also be a bit of an activist, even in certain ways, or they understand, global issues and things like this very deeply. And they might have done a lot of work and devoted a lot of their life to helping people, even at a really wide scale or at a smaller scale, whatever scale it's been. They've been focused on others and being of service. And yeah, they've always been supported in life financially because they've been in alignment doing what they're meant to do. I feel like this person is well traveled, or they seem to always be moving around in some way. They really enjoy like new experiences. Like I said, adventurous. They're very adventurous. They're very grateful for life. They have that kind of exuberant spirit where they enjoy life. They're grateful for life. They're grateful for every day that they have. They don't take anything for granted. That's something that I think you'll really appreciate about this person. They don't take anything for granted. They don't take anyone for granted. They definitely won't take you for granted. And I think that's part of why this relationship stays so fresh is because, yeah, there's like this thing where you don't take each other for granted and you really are making a conscious choice to choose to be devoted to one another. But it's from freedom, because you want to. So then you're showing up in the relationship as sun, enjoy success and happiness, and sky father, trust in the unknown. So to me, this is telling me there's something about this relationship that is going to bring you a lot of good luck, good fortune, and good money. Okay. Something about this relationship heightens your ability to manifest money and success. This person could be rich. I'm seeing that for some of you. This person actually could be quite wealthy. Um, through any kind of way. I mean, I don't know, through inheritance or they own their own business or they're just making good money. They just seem quite good with money. Like they seem quite laid back around it. Like they've never, I don't know, they've always had some way of manifesting money and abundance through life. But anyway, for some reason, I feel like meeting this person is going to raise your abundance, going to raise your frequency, and it's going to provide you with some kind of a really nice, like I said, a peaceful sanctuary kind of energy where it just really does wonders for you and you end up becoming more successful in your career just as a result of this relationship and whatever kind of soulmate activations, of having this soulmate come into your life, it sort of activates you in certain ways, I'm seeing. And I feel like things actually do change for you quite a lot with Skyfall, the trust in the unknown. I feel like there is more sort of gets activated by this relationship than you anticipated. And sometimes you are having to trust in the unknown because so much might be changing at once. I feel like this relationship is going to bring a lot of change into your life. For some of you with Jupiter, it could even be international travel or international relocation. But it's certainly going to activate you in a lot of ways with that lightning imagery there. It's going to activate you in a very positive way with the sun. It really is only bringing about very positive energies, I feel. It's bringing about deep healing, but it's bringing about like a rapid kind of abundance ascension journey, I feel, for you, where all of a sudden your career is taking off or you're doing so much better, you're making so much more money, you're enjoying so much more success and happiness. And I feel you're really surprised by how quickly things can change. And I feel like this person's going to feel like a blessing to you in life. They're going to feel like a blessing and they're going to feel this relationship is going to feel like a blessing, but it's also going to bring you blessings. Like it's going to actually bring you blessings. I'm hearing lucky charm, like you're my good luck charm. You both might see each other in that way as well. But I feel like, yeah, this relationship has some way of staying fresh and staying beautiful and staying fertile and staying abundant. And I feel like there is a very strong physical connection and attraction to each other. You both might have physical touch as your love language or something like this, but I'm just seeing a very deep, like, yeah, physical touch connection between you both. And there's something about the romance that really stays fresh for you guys. And I think that's something that other people really notice about your relationship from the outside looking in. They notice, number one, how peaceful you both seem, how grounded your relationship seems, how peaceful you are to just be in one another's company, how grateful you seem to be in one another's company. And it seems so fresh because, yeah, because so many relationships have so much resentment in between, the couple. They've had so much history and things have happened and they've faced, adversity, and it can cause resentment and projections and all kinds of things can like boil up or like lose perspective and things like this. So seeing a relationship where that isn't there, a lot of people actually take notice of it and they think this relationship looks different. There's something different about them. Some people can put it, some people can pinpoint it, but a lot of people can't, and they just don't really know what it is. But they're like, oh, maybe they just met each other or something, and then they find out you've been together for like 10 years. And they're like, huh, there's something weird about you guys. Because, so many relationships, they just kind of like deaden over time. And I don't know, you guys have just cracked the codes and you haven't done that. you know why? The energy it's giving me is it's almost like you can remember your past lives when you meet each other, and then that makes you grateful to be able to be in relationship with one another again because you haven't seen each other for a lifetime or however long it's been. And it's like reuniting with someone that you've known over many lifetimes, and you feel so grateful for the experience of like being in consciousness again together, you know, next to each other again. Yeah, it's something really, really interesting like that. I feel like you definitely have some kind of past life memory surface. I feel like you could have definitely met each other in dreams before you meet in the physical. You're definitely going to have met in the astral before you meet in the physical, whether you remember it or not. You definitely will have. And I feel like this person really is going to like you because I feel like, or appreciate you specifically for the fact that you seem to illuminate things for them. You both teach each other for sure. You both teach each other a lot, like on purpose and also just by accident. You teach each other a lot. But I feel like this person really appreciates that you're very illuminating in their life. You have an illuminating presence. You have an awakening force in them. You have an activating force. You are sort of their activator. You activate them, you illuminate things for them, and they really, really value you and appreciate you for this. Whereas I guess sometimes maybe people don't like this kind of energy because then they have to look at themselves, or you might illuminate things they didn't want to see. I feel like you have some kind of strong force. You have a strong force in relationships where you really mirror to people things about themselves, or you really illuminate things. People can't hide. You see really deeply into people. And this person appreciates that about you and appreciates that it's a gift that you have. And you also respect them and learn equally from them. You know, there's a very equal power balance. And yeah, you both have deep respect for one another. And I think that's really important. Yeah. Okay. So that is your reading for your next relationship. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to check out more of my work, I do have a heart chakra healing that you can be used with the intention of helping to manifest love and relationship. It's called Open to Love. It's a beautiful heart chakra light language healing, and you can also use it on repeat as a sleep tape as well overnight to help you reprogram your subconscious mind and come into the energy of receiving love in your life. Okay, so I'll link it down below. And yeah, thanks so much for supporting my work. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. Hello, group 2. So you chose Truth, which is the Judgment card in the Major Arcana, number 20. And Judgment is connected to the angels, divine reckoning, divine manifestation, destiny moments, and when things are finally revealed, or yeah, things are finally seen as true, like revelations, things like this. So it's a very deep card, right, for your next relationship. So this next relationship is going to be extremely significant relationship. This is a relationship that is very much watched over by the angels. This is the kind of relationship where you may end up getting married, formally married, some kind of commitment. This feels like a very deep relationship. This also feels like something that one or both of you may have really been manifesting deeply. Like this is giving me the kind of energy if someone's doing like manifestation for their dream relationship and then they actually meet the exact perfect person that they manifested. It's kind of giving me that. Or you might have premonition about this person before they come in. You might be celibate, or one or both of you is actually celibate before you meet this person, because I feel like you have very high standards. Both of you in this relationship have very high standards for a relationship, and you're not going to just settle or be, you know, I don't know, you're not interested in anything that isn't really a serious partnership or commitment or a really deep spiritual, meaningful connection. And so, yeah, you have been waiting for each other kind of thing. Like I'm getting a very celibate energy in some way, or there's been some kind of thing of you really have had really high standards and not been willing to compromise, right? And maybe even you may have both, one or both of you I'm seeing have tried to date Like, I'm seeing maybe both of you had this experience and you're talking about it once you meet each other, where you tried to date people, but it just wasn't right. Like, you might have tried the online dating or the apps or whatever, and you just weren't resonating with people. Like, people, you weren't finding anyone on your level. When you meet this person, you're going to both feel like, oh my gosh, finally I met someone on my level. That's what I'm seeing both of you thinking and feeling. And that's going to be a really deep kind of connection for you both. Like, point of connection is that you feel like you're on the same wavelength. You feel like you've met your intellectual other, and in some ways superior. Like, I feel like you're both going to think each other is super, really smart, and really, you're both going to really, yeah, feel, feel a huge crush on one another. That's the kind of energy. You're going to really, also be able to talk about the truth with this person. I feel like this person understands, they're like spiritually awakened. They understand that language, you know? And I feel like that's really important for you because you're a very spiritual person. And I feel like you can't be with someone who's not on your level, who doesn't speak your language. I feel like that would really kind of hurt your soul. And, you know, for some people, maybe it works. I don't know. Like, but I feel like, you know, being coupled with someone, like partner with someone who isn't spiritually aware, but I feel like if you are, but I feel like that, especially for you and the way you're designed, like you just can't do that. I just feel like that's not right for you. That's not how you're meant to live in terms of what kind of intentions you have for your lifetime. I feel like part of your intention for your lifetime is to be really well understood and really well received in your relationships, like have a really mutual respect. And I feel like you really need someone to respect your wisdom. And if they are to respect your wisdom, then they have to understand your wisdom. They have to be on your level, kind of thing. So, yeah. So that's just what I'm seeing. So part of this relationship with this person, your next relationship, is very significant. Like I said, a very, very significant partnership. But part of it is also to help heal something that you may have had around not being seen or heard in relationships, or having your wisdom dismissed in some way, or not really understood. And this person is so on your wavelength that it really helps you heal something to do with that. It really helps you heal to do with, yeah, not really having the truth been seen in relationships sometimes. I feel like that might have really bothered you. Yeah, so you're both gonna feel like, wow, I can't believe I met this person, you know? So let's find out some information about this person that's coming in. So we've got the astro dice, we've got the 11th house, we've got Pisces, and we've got the moon. Very mystical person. Like I said, they're definitely very spiritual. That's for sure. I'm going to get a couple cards for them now as well. Spirit, what do you want to say about this person, their next relationship? Air guardian, shift your perception. We'll get one more for that person. Snake, shed old skin. And then we'll get one for you in this relationship as well. Or we got two for you in this relationship. Eagle, eagle eye. See from a higher perspective. Oh, look at that. And autumn. Release the old and rest. Two birds for you in this relationship. Very significant. Very significant energy. You're showing up. Wow. I think you're gonna have a very significant impact on this person. You're very captivating, and you also seem very free. I feel like this person doesn't want to take away your freedom. They want you to be a bird and to fly. It's a really romantic energy, I have to say, that I'm getting from this person. It's like they want you to be this beautiful bird, like wild being, and to fly and to do your own thing. They never want to limit you in your life. Like they always want you to kind of put yourself first, and your freedom is your happiness and this kind of thing. This person's very idealistic. They're very romantic. The person you're in a relationship with, this relationship is going to be very idealistic, very romantic, very fairy tale. Very like the kind of relationship that people don't believe is possible, okay? You know, the kind of relationship that people, they're like, no, this isn't possible. This is never going to happen. You're never going to meet someone this perfect. You can't have relationships this good, that kind of thing. Yeah, well, you can. you guys have, and you're manifesting it, and you have manifested it. But I do feel like that there is still coming through that the message about, I feel like you both had to wait a while for each other. You both waited a while before you met, or you were single for a long period of time before you met each other, and you really showed the universe, you're like, yeah, I'm not settling. I'm waiting for this level of love and connection and romance and oneness and spiritual integrity and all of these things. So, yeah, you're very beautiful and captivating to this person. They love your wildness, they love your mind, they love your perspectives, they love the way you help them see things. Oh, wow, you both got perspective. So, you got eagle, see from a higher perspective, and they got air guardian, shift your perception. So both very similar energies. So you're both going to kind of mirror each other in that way. Yeah, this could even be a twin flame energy as well for some of you. I could definitely see that as well. Wow. You're going to have a lot of things in common, okay, with both of those perception and then perspective cards there. There's something you both have in common. You're both similar in the way that you think, or you're similar in the way that you impact people. And I think you're going to really appreciate that about one another. You're going to appreciate the way that you both teach each other and show each other different perspectives and a different way of looking at things. With the moon coming out on the astro dice as well, that's a very significant one, because in relationships, in romantic relationships, that our moon signs can really sort of talk about our compatibility, and also like you and your partner's moon signs can talk about compatibility. And it can also talk about just the nature of the relationship, how you get your emotional needs met, how you are emotionally with one another. And I'm just seeing with the moon coming out, there's going to be something about your moon signs, like where you're just very harmonious, you're very compatible with one another at that level of that emotional intimacy. And the moon signs can really talk about longevity in relationships. So I feel like there's a compatibility that you guys have that's going to be very long lasting. Hello, group two. So I actually had finished your reading the other day, actually, but then the footage got lost. It got like completely disappeared. So I am going to refilm the last half of your reading, and just bear with me. I also pulled these two cards when I finished off your reading the other day. It was Fire Guardian and High Priestess. So I'm kind of just going to sit back into the energy again and see what comes through. And I feel like there might be some things that come through again, and I trust that the most important messages will find you, okay? So yeah, so the closeness of this relationship is going to be very deep. Like, you're going to be very emotionally in tune with one another, very close. Also, with the Fire Guardian coming out, it made me think that this could be a twin flame relationship for a lot of you. There's that fire energy between you, the flame. There could, yeah, for some of you, this is a twin flame. But I also feel like with the moon here and the moon dice, like, it's very significant because the moon in relationship astrology, it talks about your connection with somebody, it talks about the emotional kind of connection you can have with somebody at a deeper level. And so I'm just seeing you have one of the deepest like emotional connections that you've ever had with anyone with this person. Like, there's something about this person where you just feel really at home, relaxed, embodied around them. And I feel like as well, really, there's something very psychic about your connection too. Like, there's something where you both have psychic abilities individually, and then when you come together, you end up reading each other's mind, having telepathy, um, speaking each other's sentences. Like, you could finish each other's sentences. There's something, yeah, a little bit like twinning in that way with you guys. You do have kind of a twin energy. I feel like you're going to be very, very close. Like, this feels like a very deeply bonded relationship, not like a casual, definitely not like a casual, no strings attached. This is like very deeply committed energy. And I feel like the nature of this relationship is that it's going to maintain a sense of passion and fire throughout, like with the Fire Guardian coming out. I think I asked what is the nature of this relationship, and then this one was what is the purpose of your relationship. So we'll look into that now. So the nature of your relationship being the Fire Guardian, again, twin flame, whoa. kind of energies. But there seems to be some kind of twin energy or some kind of two peas in a pod. Like you might also come from the same star ancestry as well. I also feel like there could be quite a social energy in this relationship. You might have a really nice group of friends together, or you might meet each other's friends through this relationship and get close to them. I'm seeing you're going to have a really beautiful sense of community, or community might be quite important to you as individuals or a couple. Some of you might even end up living in a community with other people, with other families, or like raising kids or something like this. It feels really nice and communal. But there's something about this relationship that actually enhances both of your psychic powers and abilities and intuition. You both feel stronger in your intuition and your inner guidance system from being within this relationship. It's going to be very obvious from the outside looking in that your relationship seems different to most. People are going to definitely notice this relationship because it doesn't have a staleness to it. People are going to feel like there's so much fire, there's so much passion in this relationship, and there's going to be probably some jealousy as well from people around you around this connection because it feels very passionate. It feels like you're both really, really into each other. I feel like you're both going to feel like each other was made for one another. And because of that, there's going to be such a passion, such an intensity, such a gratitude as well for spending all your time together. There's going to be some sense of gratitude in the place where a lot of couples have resentment for each other over time, and things can fade over time as well. That's sort of like the cliche of relationships. Whereas I feel like this relationship lives in an energy outside of that. It really does. It lives in its own energy. And it really feels like you both at a soul level remember each other and know each other from a past life. And you are grateful to be able to be back with each other, back in the same energy with each other. There's going to be a very strong and immediate physical attraction to one another. And I feel like the physical connection in this relationship is going to be really important. There's going to just be such a fiery, passionate connection, very physical sort of attraction to one another. And with the High Priestess coming out, harness mystic power as what is the purpose of this relationship. I feel like this relationship is almost initiating both of you into a deeper power. I feel like this relationship really helps to foster the feminine in both of you as well. Even though I feel like you both already were like very spiritual and in touch with, both sides of yourself. There's something about coming together in this union that really fosters something very feminine in like your relationship itself feels kind of feminine. It feels very magical and psychic and dreamy. It's a really nice energy. There's something about it. So the purpose of it, I mean, there's many purposes, but the kind of energy, the way that it's impacting both of you is that you feel more in your power. You're able to embody more of your power in the world, especially to do with your intuition. For both of you, psychic abilities could really activate when you're around each other. I feel like, yeah, you both really complement each other in terms of psychic abilities. Like that's something that's coming through really strongly. I could see you both having mediumship abilities or having shared psychic downloads, shared psychic experiences where, you know, you both see a ghost at the same time, or I don't know, you have the same dream, like at the same time. I don't know. There's something where I feel like it's going to take you to a new level of magic. That's what I mean when I say this relationship has some sense of magic to it. Like you're going to experience magic together. You're going to experience like unexplainable phenomenon. Or you're going to see UFOs in the sky, or I don't know, see like a Sasquatch being out in nature. Like there's something about your connection together when you're around each other. You dissolve boundaries between this realm and other realms. You dissolve that boundary and you become more multidimensional versions of yourselves. And I'm seeing you're going to have shared magical experiences, shared visions. And I think it's going to be amazing. Like you're both going to have, I don't know, a mediumship, or you're both going to have a telepathy. Or it's going to be a very profound, like big experience of magic, not something that you would question and be like, oh, maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. It's like one of those things where magic just happened now. Like this was magic. And I think that that's something you're going to both really love about each other is, and I think that's partly maybe, yeah, why there's such a fresh and passionate energy is because you're both constantly like kind of communing with the divine, with spirit, with your higher selves, all whilst you're in this relationship. There could also be a sense where you do a lot of tarot together. I could see you sitting together by a fire and pulling oracle cards, pulling tarot decks, doing candles. I see a very spiritual life, like whatever that looks like to you, maybe setting up altars. I'm seeing, yeah, really both of you being at a really high spiritual level. And I think that that's partly why, as well, your relationship is so nourishing because you've both found someone that's really at your level. But there is a magical energy here. You are going to be doing some kind of magic. Maybe you do spells or set intentions together. I'm seeing you both really support each other's spiritual life and spiritual practices, and they are something that grow when you're in a relationship with one another. Both of you become more spiritual, more devoted, more, I don't know, finding more time to practice whatever it is that helps you connect with the divine or with your inner self. Yeah, there's a lot of like, I could just see you both like reading cards for one another, or it feels super magical, super cozy, super lovely. And you might teach each other as well things that you know, different techniques, spiritual techniques that you know about. I think one thing that you're going to really love about this person is how they make you feel about yourself. I feel like they make you feel like you are a goddess or some kind of spiritual being. Like they really see you as the way they see you is like very complimentary and also comforting. I'm hearing there's something about the way they see you that feels very special to you, and they really do see you as kind of like a magical being or a mystical being. They see you as a unicorn or like a goddess or a elf or something like this, or a fairy. Like there's something about you, or an angel. There's something about you to them that is like, wait, you're not from here. You're not from around here. There's something different about you. And I feel like there's almost a sense where I'm seeing the way that they fall in love with you is going to look, this is the way I'm being shown. The way they fall in love with you is like, imagine there's like a beautiful fairy or something in the forest, and some like this person who falls in love with you, like you're the fairy and they're the person that's falling in love. Okay, just bear with me because this vision was really nice. Trying to translate it. It's like a fairy in the woods who's beckoning them and being like, come here, come closer. And then taking them up into like this interdimensional experience. Like you're like a portal to them of some kind of magic. That's the way I'm trying to say it. It's like you kind of are almost seducing them into the divine. Like, come with me, come into this portal, come to a new place, come on this adventure. That's how they see like falling in love with you. It's like going into some kind of spiritual portal, and you're like a magical being and life is never the same again. Yeah, with the snake shadow skin as well, they might change a lot through, or they feel that they've changed a lot once they're with you. They feel that maybe a lot of things have been activated for them. They really will feel like you are like a portal, and they're like, where did I just end off on the other side of this? Yeah, I think they will see you as someone who has wings. So yeah, maybe an earth angel. They'll see you as having wings. Okay, and they'll see you as like a fairy or an angel or something like this. Something very magical. Something not of this world, and they're gonna like that because they don't necessarily resonate with this density in this dimension, and they really love spirit energy. That's like their favorite thing. So being around you, they just want to hear you talk all the time. They want to listen to you. I think that's the other thing. It's not only the way they see you that makes you fall in love with them, but it's also the way that they really take care of what you have to say. They really listen. They really want to know what your wisdom is. They really want to know your opinion on something. And I think that makes you really feel good because you're like, oh, okay, this person is really taking notice. And I think that sometimes people may have missed your wisdom in the past. So having someone truly like receive it, yeah, is really nice. All right, group two, that is the end of your reading now. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for spending time with me. And if you would like to check out more of my work, I do recommend the Union Within Light Language tape I have on my store. If this reading resonated with you, you might really want to check out that Union Within. It's a beautiful tape to help you balance masculine and feminine energies to come into alignment with union within yourself and in your life. I'll link it down below. It's also self love. I'll link down below. You can read more about it. And yeah, other than that, I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care. Hello, group three, and welcome to your reading. So, you chose the Six of Wands, which is victory and success for your next relationship. Victory and success. I'm going to throw the Astro dice as well to just see what we get. So, we've got the fourth house, really nice. We've got Cancer, and we've got the Sun. Really, really nice energy. Okay. So, your next relationship, you might meet um, I feel like you might meet like out and about, or you might meet online. There's something maybe about you putting yourself out there might help you meet this person, like putting yourself out there more, or they might be a public figure of some kind, or they might meet you through if you have social media or something like this. I'm seeing like you both have sort of like a strong presence in the world. One or both of you maybe, like I said, have some kind of public job or public role, or do some kind of public speaking or social media or something like this. I'm seeing as well when you get together with this person, there's going to be some kind of talk. Like it might, it might like have some kind of gossip level, or you might have to, I don't know, when you come out to like when you tell your family, oh, this is my new person or something. I'm just seeing something like people are gonna really, really celebrate or really like find it some kind of gossip, or have a lot to say about it. Or I see a lot of people being really, really happy for you. Also a lot of jealousy. I feel like this person you're going to like your next relationship. I feel like you both be a very attractive couple. There's something about that, like you'd be seen as very attractive, or also very like you're both like living your own dreams and doing what you've come here to do in the world. Like maybe you're both very adventurous, or you're very, very successful. I'm seeing something like so I don't know, I'm getting the energy of maybe like people who put their life online, like vloggers who like travel around the world or something, and they seem to have the perfect life. I'm getting that kind of energy from this relationship. Like people are going to think that you have the perfect life, that you have the perfect relationship, that there's a lot of jealousy and envy as well with this relationship. People saying, oh, well, if I had a person like that, my life would be fine as well. I'm seeing a lot of people wanting what you have. And like I said, just a lot of talk, like more than usual, more than normal, which makes me think maybe there's either some element of you guys that is online, or you're a public figure. This could even be someone who is kind of famous. You could be dating someone famous, or you yourself are somehow. Because, yeah, it just seems like a lot more talk than normal. But this relationship is going to feel like, yeah, you're going to feel really successful. I keep getting something about this person being really attractive, or or they find, or both, both of you are really attractive and you find each other really attractive. And for some reason that makes you feel more successful. It is kind of like a little bit, you just feel a little bit more confident or something having this person by your side, because you're like, wow, this reflects really well on me. Okay, or maybe this is what this person's thinking. They feel really successful um with how attractive that you are. There's some focus on physical attractiveness, so I feel like you're both going to have a very strong physical attraction. That's going to be a huge part of this relationship, a strong kind of physical connection and physical attraction. But yeah, there is something as well here about you both are already living your lives. When you meet, you both are already successful in your own right. And I think that that's another reason you find each other really attractive when you meet, is that you both see each other as being really successful in your own way. I feel like you might have similar careers, like you might both do social media or vlogging, or you could have really opposite careers, but you're both like very career driven. I feel very focused on your money, on your status, on, you know, getting ahead in life. I feel you both could be very competitive, or your person is very competitive, and you want more from life. You're both not people who would settle. Like, you're not meant to settle in life either. It's just not really how you're designed. You're meant to go after what it is that you want and make your dreams happen and kind of have that unrelenting discipline towards goals. Like, I feel like you're both really goal driven, goal setters. I feel like you could be the kind of couple who like wakes up on a Sunday to go hiking or to go running or swimming or something. Like, I feel like you're very active together. Although I do see with the Cancer energy, there is a very sweet, soft, gentle side of your relationship. But I feel like that is more something that is like behind closed doors. You have a very gentle, loving connection that's very tender, very loving, very romantic kind of energy together. But then on the surface, like on the outside, or how you appear on social media, or how people perceive you, or how your family and friends, community look at you, you seem like a really power couple. Like, it seems like you're always doing something, like you're always disciplined, or you're always, I don't know, working on your business or traveling or booking trips or living life to the fullest is how people perceive you as a couple. And I think that that's also how you're gonna feel together with this person is like, yeah, I'm really living life to the fullest. I feel like there's something about like a full cup. This person's going to give you a full cup and vice versa. And that full cup is gonna help you to give back to the world more. I feel like you're gonna feel really generous in this relationship. You're going to want to give to others more. You want to feel more generous, more loving. I'm seeing with this relationship, you also might want to throw dinner parties, or like one or both of you is like really good at hosting and you really enjoy having people over and like wining and dining, or like, I don't know, having a really nice party or gathering. Like, it feels very social. But again, your relationship behind closed doors is really different to how you kind of are in public. It's kind of funny. I feel like when you're in public together, when you're around your, community people, there's something about you both seem so fearless and so strong and so confident and so, I don't know, like nothing could phase you. But then when you're alone together, there's a real vulnerability that comes out from both of you. There's a real side that you kind of only show when you're in your safe little nest with this person, and they show you a side of them that other people don't really know exists. And I think that's how you guys like it. I think you appreciate kind of having your own little world, your relationship. Yeah, having your own secrets together as well. I'm seeing something like that. You're definitely going to be very close to one another. I feel like people might underestimate sometimes the quality of this relationship. They might think, oh, they're just with each other because they're both really good looking, or kind of like might pass you off as being superficial, I suppose, and thinking, I don't know, there's something superficial that people might perceive in this relationship because maybe you're both really successful and have really nice possessions or cars, or I don't know, you have something that's really shows a level of success, or like I said, you're really like really, really, really good looking. People get mad about it. There's something here that people could look at you and think, oh, well, she's just in it for the money, or he's just with her because she's so beautiful. And there's something like where the true connection that you have is sometimes missed by the world. And it's something that maybe you just don't really care. Like, I feel like you just don't really care. Or it could be something kind of controversial. Like, maybe this person, there's going to be, I don't know, there's different things that can be controversial, like an age gap or something. Obviously, I, I'm talking about adults, like an age gap between adults, like I don't know, 30 and 40 or something. Like, there's something where it's going to be like different, or even bigger age gap. There's going to be something that maybe people are like, they think it's controversial, and and it might stir up gossip. That's what I was feeling. There's something, yeah, where people, they love to talk about you, okay? They just love it. They can't get enough talking about you, talking about your relationship. I can see why. I feel like you as a relationship, you're going to need to have really strong boundaries because people are all over you both. And I feel like you also might, like I said, you incite a lot of jealousy. And I even feel like you could have people really desire, like something about really desiring to like somehow break you apart or steal you for themselves, like seduce one of you or something. I feel like this is you could have a public relationship of some kind. There could be, or you just have a lot of people. It feels like so many people around you are noticing you and noticing this relationship. So it could be public in some way, right? Um, yeah, so let's get you some more cards, okay? Because, yeah, the hater's gonna hate, but whatever. I feel like there's something you seem kind of used to it. You seem kind of not really phased and knowing how to have, like, there's something where you are really protective of each other and of your relationship, and you also spend a lot of alone time together. You make sure you spend a lot of time just with each other, and you are really focused and prioritizing the relationship. And so that gives you a strength and like a longevity and like a way of sticking through it, even if there might be some kind of challenge around the relationship. Like for some of you, it could be like, obviously take what resonates. This is not going to be for everyone, but for some of you, it could be something that the world judges somehow, like an age gap relationship, or I don't know, something of that kind, where somehow there's some kind of judgment or stigma from the world. And then it's like you guys manage to have such a strong connection that it doesn't bother you as much as it could, or at all, depending on what you're facing. Okay, so let's get some information about who is this person you're going to be in a relationship with. Wow. Okay, guardian angel. That is, wow. So you're going to feel like this person is a literal angel on this planet, and you're going to feel like one of the luckiest people because you have met an angel, a real human life angel. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if this person thinks you are also an angel. But you're gonna feel like such an angelic energy from this person. Like they also might be beautiful like an angel, like just have that otherworldly kind of stunning energy to them. But you're also gonna feel like I see you celebrating. I see your inner child being so happy. Like you're gonna feel some sense of, yeah, like you're just so grateful that you have this person, that you're gonna feel like they are so valuable, they're so loving, they're so kind, they're so attractive, successful. Like they just kind of have everything that you're looking for, whatever that might be for you. And you're going to feel like, wow, but not only that, but this person is like an actual angel. They have the heart, they have the purest heart that you've ever seen. And it's going to make you feel like dancing. It's going to make you feel like singing in the rain. It's going to make you feel so expressive and so happy and just like on top of the world having this person in your life. You're going to be like, I literally just won the jackpot when I met this person. I am a lottery winner, like already in life. Yeah, there's something like you're gonna feel like you won the lottery. You're gonna feel like you hit the jackpot. You're gonna feel like, wow, this person is incredible. They are like an amazing human being. And yeah, I can see why so many people are jealous, okay? Because yeah, you're feeling so happy. Like you are literally celebrating like this guy here. You're like, you're celebrating to the, like, you just can't even contain your joy and your exuberance. Okay, so let's find out who else this person is. Okay, so we have animal guardian, trust your instincts. They might be really good with animals or children as well. I feel like people love this person. I feel like it's not even just you. I feel like actually people just love them and they love being around them. Like this person does feel very safe. They feel really warm. They feel really homely. They feel like they're just really not mean, like they just don't have a meanness in them. They don't have a cruelty or a coldness. Like they just have a really warm, open heart, and they're just genuinely really kind and loving. But they're also super smart and, on point and have boundaries and discipline. And, they definitely don't let themselves get walked over. They're very empowered, very, switched on, very like, I know what I'm getting out of life. I know what I want from life. But there is this real gentle side to them because they feel very strong and like strong willed. But then they have this like sort of polar opposite side, which feels really gentle and really calm and really kind and almost quiet, or like deeply contemplative, poetic, romantic kind of side to them. So, yeah, and they definitely have some kind of thing where they have opposites. Like they have like that strong yet gentle energy, this sort of opposite energy, and they have both simultaneously. And that is also really, really attractive in general. It is something that for some reason it creates some kind of magnetic pull when people have that. So this person has that in a lot. Like they have that in so many ways, like so many so many facets of their energy. It's giving me like the lion and the deer, that Rumi poem. It's like about the opposites and like coming together as one, being both. It's like this person, and maybe you resonate as for yourself as well, but this person, they have so many opposites. Like they are gentle and they are strong. They are quiet and they are loud. Like and they're secretive and yet they're a completely open book. It's like, how are they all of these things all at once? It's like, wow. And that's also, I think, one of the reasons why you feel like they are such a good partner, because they kind of embody so many strengths. A lot of people would actually get really intimidated by a person like this and actually feel kind of like inferior around this person. I feel like that might be something people like not consciously, like this person is so kind and so gentle, like they would never be trying to make anyone feel less than or have a superiority complex or anything like that. But I do feel like sometimes people seem to compare themselves a lot to this person and get really jealous, and they might do that about you as well. And that seems to be something that you want, like either them or you both have experienced in life, is like a lot of people being jealous of you and sort of acting a little bit strange, like maybe almost falling in love with this. Like I feel like a lot of people fall in love with this person. Maybe I'm sensing that you might be resonating with this as well. Okay, so take whatever way you want to take it. It could be both of you with this energy. Okay, is people fall in love with you really easily. Okay, and that is what I'm seeing here. Is like I feel like actually you both have this effect on people where they feel like you have some kind of connection, you must be really into them as well, and maybe like really imagine a life with you. I feel like a lot of people really imagine a life with you and with this person, and yeah, which again makes me feel like maybe you're online in some way or visible in some way, have some kind of a lot of people knowing you, because I'm getting a lot of people fantasizing about you or this person, okay, or both. All right, so let's get some information about you in this relationship. We have trust, your talents in changing time, spirit fox, and we have water guardian, connect with your emotions. Really interesting. Trust your talents in changing times. Something about this relationship will change you, or you will have to, you might relocate as a result of this relationship, or this person might relocate, or you might travel together or go on adventures together. That might be a large part of the relationship, or I feel like you might be a little bit more free-spirited, a little bit more adventurous maybe, although you both are, but I feel like there's something where you're really used to change. You're really used to change. I feel like this person, this relationship, they actually help slow you down. They actually help you slow down a little bit and come more into your body, come more into your environment, come more present, come more like flowing and fluid with your emotions and your emotional experience. I feel like that's something you're gonna really like about this person, and the way that they make you feel is that they make you feel really grounded and really safe and really like you can sort of slow down as well. I feel like you're gonna realize that you weren't very settled. There's something like this, like you're gonna find some kind of settled energy where you're like, oh, I can relax. I feel really settled. This relationship feels very safe. And I feel that you really somehow connect more into your emotions. I feel like you already are emotional. You already are very intuitive. You live based on how you feel and like what you're feeling. You go with the flow, you go with your feelings, you go with where you are led. But there's something about this relationship that turns that into mastery, turns that intuition into mastery. I feel like maybe this connection could support you more in coming more into your life purpose and your identity. I feel like something about this relationship it will actually really improve your career, could really improve even the way you make money. And vice versa as well. I feel like you both have that effect on each other where you help improve each other's lives, you help improve each other's careers, you help improve each other's income. And I think you're going to really enjoy that about this relationship. I feel like this relationship is really going to cleanse you because it just started to rain. There's going to be some kind of an emotional cleansing effect that this relationship has on you. And what it does is that it allows you to become more embodied within your authentic self. Like you're going to be far more authentic as a result of this relationship, far more self-expressive, and as well, like, for some reason, I keep getting something about fame. Like, one or both of you could be famous or become famous in the course of this relationship. Or you might be dating someone who's like a millionaire or extremely rich or successful or something. And again, that's why there's some kind of gossip here around, or are you just in it for the money? Or, is it really true love? And it is really true love between you both, but there's something that makes people like talk and imagine that for some reason, yeah, there's some other motives or something for this relationship. I don't think I've ever had this level of like fame energy come through a reading before. So just keep that in mind. This is not usual. This message around being famous or being in the spotlight. I feel like there's something about this relationship where you just kind of will be. And there's also something about this relationship about you both being very beautiful and attractive, like very handsome, beautiful, attractive people. Um, yeah, like a hot couple, a hot topic as well is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay, so let's get a little bit get final cards for this relationship spirit. What do you want them to know about their next relationship? Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So this is a soulmate, okay? This person definitely feels like a soulmate connection. This is true love. So this might defy the odds in some way, like I said. I don't know why that just keeps coming through. Or again, people might question, is this true love? Because one of you is really rich, or one of you is really famous, or both of you are really famous. Hey, I might have some famous people watching my channel. It's just what I'm getting. All right, so Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Yeah, this relationship feels like a healing sanctuary. And then back at the deck, I'll just show you we have Hermit, retreat and recharge. Yeah, there is something about your relationship that is private where you have your own like sanctuary together. And it's something that I feel like people don't understand, or other people can't penetrate that space. You have a very close relationship, a very private relationship in a lot of ways. And there's something where, especially for you, your energy, when you come into this relationship, it brings you into a feeling of peace and safety, a sense of coming home as well, that I feel that other relationships were not giving you or providing you. And this person, like, truly is an angel. This person you're coming into relationship with, they are a soulmate. You're from the same like star family. You have the same star ancestors. They're gonna feel like a very familiar soul, a friend on the path. You might even come out of hiding when you meet this person, or, like I said, become more visible or in the spotlight, or feel more comfortable with sharing yourself with the world. I feel like you're really going to come out of your shell or something with this person in your life, and they're really going to love you and see you for who you really are, which is going to make you feel really safe to be super expressive and super authentic, super creative. Some of you might feel like you have to retreat from certain people, places, or things once you get into this relationship, because you realize that your standards maybe weren't quite high enough. Like, I feel like something about you had to compromise a lot in situations with people, with relationships, with maybe workplace situations. There's been a lot of compromise, and I feel like something that this relationship coming into your life is going to teach you is that you actually don't need to compromise. There are ways in which you can be guided and manifest if you're patient to a place and a point where you can really feel content and fulfilled in your position. And you definitely have that manifestational power. And I feel like this person really helps elevate your perception of yourself and of your life. And you realize, well, if I can manifest this kind of true love, then, why do I feel like I have to settle in any other area of life? I feel like, yeah, you're not going to feel like you're settling with this person at all. Like it's going to feel like the opposite. You're going to feel, like I said, like you won the jackpot. Like you can't believe that there can be such a perfect person for you. Like you're going to feel really, wow, in awe of this. So yeah, I feel like some other things in your life might not live up anymore. Like you might just be realizing like, oh, I was really compromising and I really didn't enjoy doing this, or I didn't really connect with anyone here. I don't know why I keep coming back It's something like that, and then you're gonna realize, well, I can get my needs met by life. I can get my needs met by the universe, and I don't have to just compromise because there's no one else that I can hang out with that I know, so I just should just hang out with this person. There's something like that. That's gonna shift, like, your standards are gonna go higher, and you're gonna come more into an emotional power where you really listen to your intuition, you really honor your emotions and your feelings, and you embrace kind of your own energy. Like, it's very feminine, kind of intuitive energy. You embrace that more. Your intuition is strengthened by the bond and the strength of this love union that you're in. All right, that is the end of your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to check out more of my work, I have a store where I sell light language energy healings. And if you resonated with this reading, you might really enjoy the energy healing I have, Union Within. Okay, it's beautiful for helping to manifest relationship as well as heal self love, self image. I'll link it down below and you could read more about it and see if it might be right for you. But yeah, other than that, I'm sending you so much love and light. Take really good care in your path.